My name is Ryan Bruce, my friends call me Fluff. I'm here at the beautiful Sweetwater Studios, and here are 3 things that I would do if I had to start over with social media today. The first thing I would do is I would not hesitate, as long as I did, to talk in front of the camera. Now, this is an unnatural skill, right? So right now, I am talking to a dead plastic glass thing. It's a beautiful lens, thank you, Sigma, but this is not a natural thing because I don't have any reaction, and there's no emotion, and there's no exchange. And this is a skill that obviously can be learned. And the first couple of years of videos that I made, I just avoided it, and I regret doing that because I could have been 3 years more into what I do now, and I would be 3 years better than what I am now if I hadn't put that off for so long. But I was just I was frightened. I was so scared, and there was no precedent for doing any of this stuff. Yeah, I would be talking in front of the camera immediately, knowing that I will absolutely get better, but the starting is generally pretty rough. Now, the second thing I would do if I had to start over with social media today is I wouldn't follow trends. The only reason that successful YouTube channels stand out is because they are different, because they are not following trends. And something to keep in mind with social media is there is always room at the top for the best, no matter what you're doing, what genre. I'm not even talking about guitar playing stuff. I'm talking about in any genre, whether that is the tech world, the cooking world, or what have you. Quality content trumps all. And for me, I see a lot of people in the content space, they just want to be a creator folk. And for me, if I had to start all this over again in today's world, it would be very much, I would put goggles on and I would just shield myself from anything that's going on, and I would just do what I simply thought was great, which is by nature what most of myself and my friends did back when we started all these channels in 2009, 2010, because there was no precedent, there was no history and roadmap for doing any of this stuff. So by nature, we just kind of did our own thing, not really being aware of what we were doing particularly. However, now you have all these tutorials, you have the sensationalist thumbnails, you have all of the other elements that people are so aware of now with successful channels. I wouldn't do any of that stuff. I'd probably use my phone, and the quality probably wouldn't be that great, but it wouldn't matter because the content would speak for itself. So the third and final thing I would do if I had to start over right now in the social media game is I would be open to more collaborations. This is kind of a twofold, or this is a twofer as we call it in the industry. I'd be open to more collaborations, but I would also be much more inclusive to new ideas from outside sources and people around me. I think for myself personally, I tend to create or do a thing and I fear change in that way. And I think that's pretty indicative of a lot of things in my life. I don't like change, right? So I'll play the same guitars for years on end, or I will drive the same car for a gazillion years. What I slowly learned was, my friends like Rob Scallon was always looking for, and the basis of his entire channel is collaborative efforts and creations with people that he looked up to and thought were as skilled. And it's never about being better than anybody else. It's really about being the best that you can be and just constantly improving yourself. And I wish I would have been in that headspace sooner than I actually was. So to sum that up, I would just be open and collaborative more sooner. That's the third thing. Those are the 3 things that I would change with my own journey with social media if I had to start over today. What about you guys? Leave a comment down below.